Welcome to Something to Talk About from the Bainbridge Island Senior Community Center. We are happy to have you here, and we will be talking with Gerald Simonsen about a number of things related to downtown Bainbridge Island, and we'll do that in just a minute. But I want to first acknowledge that we are gathering here in the virtual realm, but also the physical realm that has been the ancestral homeland of the Puget Sound Coast Salish people since time immemorial. We are grateful to our neighbors, the Suquamish tribe, for their stewardship of these lands and waters, and we continue to learn from them about how we too can be stewards. Also, I want to thank Fieldstone Communities of Bainbridge Island, which offers assisted, independent living and memory care up on their tranquil Rolling Bay campus. They have day stay and respite care programs. To learn more or to find out about a free lunch up at Fieldstone, call Celia or Jamie at 206-594-1010 or check out the website, fieldstonecommunities.com. So, Gerald Simonsen, thank you very much for agreeing to meet with us today. I think that the first thing I heard from you was your efforts to try to get some bubbles. Well, you already do this from time to time, but get some bubbles spread across downtown Winslow. And so I thought we could talk about that, and then a couple other things that that you are involved in.
Okay. The bubble thing is, I started putting the bubble machine out on the balcony I live up in Winslow Green, during the pandemic to kind of cheer people up. And then I thought, and I've continued doing it, and I thought maybe we ought to get everybody doing it. So I personally declared June 28th to be Bainbridge Island Bubble Day. I have no sponsors. I have no permission from anybody. I'm not endorsed by anybody, and we don't got no rules. So the only thing I'm doing here is suggesting that all the stores and anybody that wants to put out a bubble machine on June 29th and did I say 29th? I'm sorry, 28th.
Right, June 28th.
And see if we can get downtown Bainbridge engulfed in bubbles.
Okay.
I just invited Jay Inslee to be involved, but I don't think I invited him soon enough. They said it takes 4 weeks to invite people.
Have you had some responses from merchants and other folks downtown that are interested
in
this?
I went around with flyers to all the stores downtown to kind of explain it, and everybody seems pretty enthusiastic about it.
Well, it certainly seems like more fun than the new traffic light at 305 in Winslow Way.
One would think so.
And it is kind of in keeping with the Scotch Broom Festival idea of days of yore and now. It's just a fun event.
Yeah. And like I said, no rules. Just
right.
Do it.
So I can just get my little bottle of bubbles and walk around if I want.
That's right. Or go down. I think Millstream has bubble machines, and you could go over there and buy one if you want.
Okay. Francis, you want to talk about bubbles?
I love bubbles. Does a bottle of champagne count? Can I take my champagne downtown on Bubble Day?
No rules.
You got my permission.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's kind of a whimsical idea. And so the 28th is coming right up. Let's see. It's
2 weeks from today.
Friday afternoon. So let's join each other in a little whimsical celebration.
And maybe if people want to, if you go to the store up here on Winslow Way, just ask the people if they're going to join in, and we'll get a little pressure on them to do it.
All right. Do you have a bubble maker there in the background, or a bird?
I've got a bird and a bubble maker. 2 birds and a bubble maker, actually.
All right. Next topic, I guess, is Winslow Green. I understand that you, after COVID, started to help schedule the events that occur on Winslow Green, which is a lovely gift to the community. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, that was a little bit of nepotism. I started it up because my girlfriend's son is in a band. So I restarted the Music on the Green, which had been stopped for COVID. So it starts, and this year I'm doing a couple afternoon ones. June 28th, Bubble Day at noon will be the Steel Dragons Steel Orchestra, which is like a bunch of traveling high school kids that'll set up on the lawn and do a show for us. I think that'll be pretty entertaining. And then later that evening, Ranger and the Rearrangers will be playing. And every Friday through September 6th at 6 o'clock, we'll have somebody out there playing on the lawn. I hope all you guys can make it up and enjoy the music.
So this is going to be every Friday, Gerald.
Right. Starting on June 28th through September 6th.
I love this. And I live right down in Winslow Arms, so
Yeah, you could just walk up here. Yeah.
right.
And it's been going on for years, but it stopped for a couple of years for the COVID.
Right.
And I restarted it last year.
And
So-
what time, what's the timing on that? What time is this?
Most of them are from start at 6 p.m.
Okay.
So Gerald sent me a list, which I have posted here at the Senior Community Center. But I'll also, if you're watching the video, there's a link in the, the description part of the video right below that will go to the list of things that Gerald sent me. So how is their cost must be costs associated with this? Are there?
There's a little bit, but the condo association takes care of it.
Well, that's very nice. That's good. Yeah, I know that there are arrangements that since that is private property, you have to work with the condo association if you wanted to do something there. But this is a condo association project sponsored by Gerald Simonsen through nepotism.
Yes, that's pretty correct.
That's good. And so is the son of your girlfriend part of the lineup this summer?
No,
Well, it's
they
not
played
very
last.
effective
They played
nepotism.
last year, but this year they're just too busy. And they've all got summer jobs this year.
Okay, well that sounds like a good excuse.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, and any other? I'm sure you're looking forward to all of them, but any other particular musical acts that are coming up that that you yourself can't wait to hear?
Well, I'm not involved in any others. I mean, there's plenty around town. Down at the tea shop, they have music quite often at the apothecary, which is nice. It's outside, and you could just sit in the back and watch them and have a cup of tea. So there's plenty around.
Yeah, and then of course
down
another
by-
place to find music is on the first Fridays. There's a lot of the art walk.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That
Sheila,
tea room you're talking about, is that down by the stone?
Yep.
Down at on the ravine.
Right, right.
Okay.
and then another thing which has given you some fame is your generous use of your notary license. Tell us about that.
Oh yeah. I notarize stuff for people for free. And I don't want any gifts or anything that's just awkward when people offer them to me. I won't accept them. And I normally meet people at the Croquette down here in Winslow Green, outside in front of it in the afternoon. So anybody that needs something notarized, I'm happy to meet them, or I can come down to the senior center, or if people are stuck at home and don't get out very much or very well, I can always go to your house and do it for you.
So how did if someone wants to contact you, how do they do that?
Well, they can call me at 206-790-7866. Or they can text me at that number. Or they can email me at Gerald Simonsen. It's GERALD SIMONSEN @yahoo.com.
All right, good old Yahoo.
And I'm available most any afternoon. And I live right here in Winslow Green, so it's very easy to just pop downstairs.
And meet to make coquette. So, tell me how you ever got, why you got the wild hair of doing the notary.
Oh, well, I got it years ago for family stuff mostly. But then when the pandemic came, some friends started asking me to do it for them because a lot of the banks and stuff just quit doing it. So I said, sure. And then I realized a lot of people are having a hard time getting it done. So I just started kind of doing it. And I put up a notice on Facebook, and I don't know, I get 2 or 3 a day usually.
And you are responsible for a couple of restaurants here on the island, am I right?
Yeah, kind of. Well, I opened the Islander. I got to admit, I opened that one for nefarious reasons too. When I moved here, I couldn't get a beer after 8 o'clock on Bainbridge Island. So I opened the Islander, which is a steakhouse and bar restaurant. And I opened it so I could have somewhere to get a beer at night. And right before the pandemic, I sold it to Cheston, who is now the owner. And it's doing very well, very popular. Love
Where's that
that place.
located?
Pardon me?
Where is that located?
It's in the pavilion.
In the pavilion. Ah,
Yeah, it's kind of on the street side. And you can come in from the street, or you can go through the small bites place. What's the word?
Tapas.
Papa's.
Tapas, yeah, through the Bainbridge Tapas to get into it. And so then I sold it right before the pandemic, just got lucky on that. But then just a couple of weeks ago, or 3 weeks ago, I think, we opened an Italian restaurant right next to the tapas place. It used to be a wine bar, and he wasn't doing well, so he cut out. The place became available, so we started up a Italian restaurant.
So you've got, you're back in business,
Yeah,
whether you want to be
Yep.
or not. Francis,
I just wondered what the name of the Italian restaurant is. My family and I were looking for an Italian place on Bainbridge.
it's Isola. It's the Italian word for island.
Say it again.
Isola.
Oh, okay.
What's the other word?
Isola. Isola.
It's
Sounds Spanish. It must be-
Trattoria Isola, which means restaurant island.
Island Restaurant.
And it's right up there in the pavilion. Very easy to find.
How many eateries are there in the pavilion? Keep seeing these little A-frame signs pointing to the pavilion.
There's-
Seems like they keep
Right.
adding little restaurants or
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
maybe
there's like
5
7.
restaurants in there.
Yeah, there's the Indian restaurant, Casa Rojas, you mentioned the Islander,
The Islander and the
the
Tapas
Subi,
and Subi in my new place.
and there was, I think there was a little Thai place. I don't know if that's still there.
Oh yeah, it's still there. Yeah.
There you go.
Which
So
is very
it's
good.
a great place to find something to eat.
Yeah. And it's not quite as full as all the tourists don't usually make it up there. So it's a little bit quieter and a little bit easier on those busy days.
I have friends who had dinner at the Islander not too long ago, and they posted a rave review. They could not say enough good about the food, the service, the atmosphere. And I didn't even know it existed. So I was really happy to read that because my oldest son's a steak eater.
Oh boy. Yeah, I think he'll like it. It's a great place.
Okay, so we're gonna keep our eye out for Bubble Day on the 28th. And that's also the day that there's going to be 2 musical events at the Green. We got Steel Dragons and then Ranger and the Rearrangers. And then if we find that we're in trouble and we need to have a notarized event, or we just want to conclude some sort of official action, we know how to reach you at your email or phone.
Very good.
And thanks for keeping Bainbridge a little weird. It's not easy these
Okay.
days.
Gerald, I think it's wonderful. I don't care whatever he says. It's
Yeah.
wonderful. Thank you. Yeah, I think you might be a little bit strange, but that's best you can be.
Hey, that's what you get, you know?
Okay, well, I really appreciate you stopping by and sharing those things with us, and we will enjoy the music for sure. And
Oh, yeah,
I'm going to get my bubbles out in a couple weeks.
Good
absolutely.
deal.
Thank you again, and everybody have a good weekend.